Good evening, family. Your welding coach checking in, Black Phoenix, and today I wanted to talk to you about how to strike a stick welding rod. How to strike a rod. A few people inbox me and ask me about how to do it. They're in welding class now, and they've been having some difficulties of striking the arc. So I wanted to show you two different popular welding rods. This is a 6010. This is a 7018. Both of these rods produce a different type of slag. And I'm gonna do a weld so I can show you that the slag is a little different on both welds, but the 7018 is more of a harder slag. And normally after you weld it, you have to get something to knock the slag off completely because it'll cover up the metal completely and it won't allow you to get a contact. Now the 6010 is a little different. Normally you can finish it and you can hit it and it'll still strike because the slag will kind of fall off. It's made a little different. And once you try both of the rods, you'll know what I'm saying. The main thing to remember, I believe, that most people forget is that striking the arc is less like striking a match. Family, like if you had a match and you got a match old match box and you just get it and struck it across the side, it's pretty much the same thing. You got to strike it. If you go directly to it, nine times out of 10, it'll stick directly to the surface. So you want to kind of do it from an angle. And honestly, the more you try it, the more you practice, the better you will get. That's with anything that you do. But I want to strike a few of them and give you an idea and also show you. I even got a rod here. But if you look on the end of this rod, I don't know if you can see it as well, but you can see that slag. It covers the whole end with the 7018 rod. Now, the 6010 is a lot different. I'm going to run a weld with both processes. Both rods, in the same process and give you an idea of how to strike it, because I believe that the more you practice with this rod, the better you'll get it. And we're going to use the 6010 first, because normally when we teaching welding, this is the first rod that we'll put them on. So this is what I'm going to strike it with first. Now I got a used piece of T-joint here. I already got some welds and stuff on it. It's fine. But I'm going to throw a weld on it, but I'm going to actually just strike it a couple times and do maybe an inch or two weld. And then I'm going to strike it again just to show you the accuracy of how fast you can do it. And then show you some variables that'll cause you to have issues when you're striking it. So we're going to dive in. So I did about maybe an inch and a half weld then, and as you notice, when I struck the arc, it pretty much fired off and good at the initiation. It's based on your amperage, so if your amperage is too low, you're gonna have a mean problem with striking the arc. It'll stick a lot, and every time you hit it, it won't really it won't fire off good. With this 6010 1/8 inch, you can start your amps about 85 amps, 85 to 90 amps should be plenty to burn this rod. And it should strike it off pretty good. Each machine is different though. So some machines I have seen it, having it on 100 amps work better, So I'll say anywhere from 85 to 100, but you should be able to strike this arc pretty easy and pretty fluent. I'm gonna do it again just to show you. So I wanted to show you how simple it was to strike it. Now this is a 6010. So it's a lot different than that 7018 rod that we're about to use now. And I also want you to listen to it because that 6010 got more of a digging approach. And the 7018 is a little bit more smoother than that. It's like jumping out of, I like to say, it's like jumping from a 5-speed manual vehicle to jumping into a Cadillac that got 12 gears in it. It's automatic and you just hit it and it's zoom, 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 zoom. It just go. Let's go. See how I did that on me? That was from initiation. I'm gonna run about the same. Ran about an inch. Now as I stop, the slag instantly went over. So sometimes you can use your gloves and just push it back. Sometimes you got to have a file. You have a file on hand, or you can have a strap piece of metal you got sitting up to the side where you can actually hit it like, and that'll knock the slag off, and you make sure it's off. You can do that too. You can pop it, or have you a file or something you can knock it off with. But if you don't, you're gonna have real issues with this 7018. So I'm gonna dive into it, and I'm gonna do another inch wheel. Struck pretty good. Now, I want to show you an example of if you're going straight into the metal. Now check this out. Now I got it going, but I'm sticking straight into it. It's steady sticking. I'm fighting it. What's going on here? I know you done had that happen. So I did that deliberately to show you, you can't, if you're going directly into it, you're gonna be frustrated, family. You're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna throw your rod down. So instead of going directly into it, try scraping it across it instead of going directly into it. Tends to work a whole lot better. And I do want to say this. If you get to a point where you hitting it like that and it gets stuck and you can't get it, release it. So say if this was the instance, if you're trying to get it and you steady doing this and you get it stuck and you can't get it out, release it like that. Because if you don't, you can end up bending, messing up the rod, knocking all the flux off the rod. Now you got to throw the rod away and get another rod. And you want to try to prevent that, especially once you start getting on your own and you start buying these rods yourself. It's like, man, these pretty expensive. I got to be a little bit more cautious with the rods when you're instead of pulling them like this, because you can mess them up. So as soon as you stick it, just release it. And keep in mind, if you got it still stuck with the stinger on it, it's still shooting amps through the welding rod. So that means this rod can actually, you can stick it, it'll actually start turning red if the amperage is up high enough. So keep that in mind. You can actually damage, a stinger like that and mess up the grooves in the inside. So if it get the sticking, family, just pull up off of it. But for rule of thumb, a 6010 or a 7018, you want to try to strike it. And when you striking it or striking it across the plate, either or, you want to make sure you're using a little motion with it. Don't go straight into it. Even with this, see? It'll do it every time. You don't want to do that. And it also burns the tip up, which makes it a little difficult when you get it started. You got to hesitate some to burn that little BB off, or the weld just keep going out. It's like it won't strike right for you. So you have to make sure you burn that off. Now let it burn off, and then I dive into the weld. But just remember, strike it like you striking a match. That's the easiest way to, I know it's easy to say it, it's easier said than done, but if you get a matchbox, literally get a matchbox, you can't stick it into it. You got to strike it. So you can't just, you got to, a little finesse with it, a little style with it, using your wrist. And remember, when you're doing that, try to stay inside of the weld zone. A lot of inspectors, CWIs, you know, they don't like to see those marks all over the area where you're not going to be welding it, all over your pipe or all over your structural piece that you'll be working on. You want to, if you're striking it and it gets a little out of control for you, keep it inside the weld zone where you know that you will cover that up and add reinforcements to it. So keep that in mind. So just take your time, fam. Try to use your wrist, a little wrist motion, and I literally believe you'll be okay. But dive into it with confidence, and just remember, practice does make perfect. Y'all be blessed. Hog on, family.